Yeah, so it was revealed to me that the god of the Bible is Marduk. And it's funny because I was talking to this, chaos magician turned Christian who found Christ or whatever. It's interesting. I'm starting to become more compelled by the whole, sort of Luciferian Gnostic claim that, Jesus is actually Lucifer. They're one and the same. Um, or that they're sort of like on the same team, something of that like. And the reason is a little bit complicated. Some of it's my own occult experience. Some of it's modern events and disclosure coming. Um, information I'm getting from spirits. Also, it does say in Revelation at one point that Christ will return, and it refers to him, I believe, as the morning star, just like when Daniel is talking about, Lucifer as it's considered, or it's almost comparing Nebuchadnezzar to Lucifer. So that's very interesting. But yeah, so what Marduk explained to me is that he is Jehovah, that he and Jehovah are one, and because Jehovah is a god, or Marduk is a god of war, you see that with Jehovah. But before Jehovah, you see it's El, and Genesis, and with El is Enlil, and Enlil isn't so much a god of war. That was sort of before war was such a pervasive, thing here in our universe. So, Marduk is really him becoming dominant in, the halls of the gods is almost a negative turn for our universe, but at once it's also it's maybe somewhat necessary. Some correction was needed, and maybe it was the wrong correction, but it's a correction all the same. It also makes me wonder, fighting against Tiamat, the dragon of chaos. I wonder if this has something to do with Hecate. If Hecate, or like some other dark feminine figures such as Durga, if that has something to do with the dragon, because if we assume that it was somewhat the concept of the dragon of chaos is a syncretism between not syncretism, but just a conflation of Durga and Rahu, because Rahu is a dragon, but he's sort of very connected to Rahu, or to Durga. He is Rahu. He is very connected to Durga and her sort of deluding Maya, and delusion and Maya is a huge part of his being. So from this, can we conclude that perhaps Marduk is somewhat opposed to sort of the chaotic feminine? Because Rahu, although he's male, is very, very much, he would be, in our modern day, if he was here, he would be the guy that's like, oh, I'm a feminist, and sort of almost borderline simping, but not. He's the person that will like beat you up to impress his female feminist friends, but anyways, I've got, this isn't spontaneous. I've gotten this sense before, although it's spontaneously coming up now. I guess it's spontaneous, but it's not new to me, this realization. Anyways, yeah, so if Marduk is opposed to Hecate, and there's some of that, because I feel Hecate's power in the world has diminished. Like, I feel like there was a time when she was practically, the god. I feel that when I touched her. But when I interact with her, and she hides herself, she veils herself. I mean, she's still very powerful. But yeah, this makes sense. Marduk, though he showed me through a long series of experiences that, he is Jehovah. He was the one speaking to me at different times. And so it looks like I've kind of bounced between, like, not loyalties, but basically I've bounced from one person to their bitter enemy to the other bitter enemy, without really realizing it. And I think that's really hilarious. I remember I saw the microcosm of this. I saw the microcosm of this in high school and my early, like when I was working in factories, because, I would be friends with, like, everyone kind of liked me, but then I found out that they all disliked each other. But I never really got caught up into being like a particular member of the group. I was always the person that was friends with everyone and was almost this diplomat, this bridge, which I suppose follows for me being Arcturian. Some people such as Mariana Ogoretz or Laura Starr have, kind of claimed that reptilians, Anunnaki, whatever, that's what these gods are. I think that the, particular alien races may be, sort of connected to these beings, but I think that they are gods in the sense that they are a matrix intelligence that, they're a matrix of intelligence, a star basically, that crystallizes itself into physical forms at will. It is not particular so much to a certain physiology or morphology. So it's just like Plato said that the gods are the planets.